Hello everyone, my name is Loco and welcome to a viewer-submitted game of StarCraft 2. What I've got for you today is a Gold League match of Terran versus Protoss. We're in the top left-hand corner of the map. Playing with the blue Terran SCVs, we have none other than Ham. Ham says same. Alright, the opponent down in the bottom right, playing with the red Protoss species. There you go, by the name of Maple. Apparently in Team Maple 2. Alright, I guess Team Maple was already taken. Either way, this is a Gold League match, meaning that, of course, things are likely going to be, let's just say, a little bit painful. They're going to be proceeding at a slightly different pace than what we normally see at the absolute highest level of StarCraft 2. A pylon, though, this is your classic build. It's pylon into pylon. And I guess what we need is a forge, right? I mean, I've seen loads of these games over the years now. No, it's gonna be a gateway at home. Then why would we build a second pylon right over here? Also, why are we sending out now multiple SCVs straight across the map? Fantastic. Now, if you have an amazing game of StarCraft 2 that you have recently played, you can go ahead and send it over to replays@loco.tv. Just attach the .sc2 replay file to the email, and then maybe I'll be making fun of your game in the future. That is a bit of a prerequisite. I may just be making fun of your matches. Yeah, even though every single one of you watching is an absolute god gamer, the very best gamers that have ever existed, I have seen things over the years, and I've noticed that the more viewer games I watch, the less patient I become. Like, I used to be like, well, maybe, and nowadays it doesn't take much really to set me off. Probe, though, is getting awfully close here. Maple, for some reason, is chasing it with two workers. I'm not exactly sure as to why, but it looks like... Or actually, Ham, sorry, is chasing Maple. Man, it's a beautiful name, actually. Like, both of these players have great names. But Ham is chasing the Maple here with two SCVs. And apparently what we're doing is just making all of our production on the other side of the map. Likewise, though, Maple, only just now, 2.5 minutes almost into the game, is, well, finishing up a cyber core. It all feels extremely slow. The pylon does not get spotted, though, and I'm guessing we're gonna use this as a warp-in location. Now, in order to warp in, you do need warp gates. So it's gonna take a little while until this is done. In the meantime, Ham is supply blocked, so this proxy is not quite kicking off in the best of ways, but eventually, a supply depot did finish up on top of the high ground, and ultimately, neither player has scouted each other's cheese. Yeah, so he doesn't know about the barracks, he doesn't know about the gateway. Excellent. So far, so good. Now, do you even really want to be proxying an opponent that is on one base? Usually, the idea of a proxy is that you deal damage to somebody who decides to be economically greedy. This is both players being whatever the opposite of economically greedy, and actually they're not really making army either, so this is all a little bit slow. Twilight Council right now on the back of this, I guess we're going charge. Yep, it is indeed going to be the charge research, and we're just gonna be making as many zealots as possible, but this batch of zealots is not gonna finish up to line here with that warp gate research, but it should all be okay. Oh god, we even have some tech labs over here. Really, are we gonna wait with this proxy until, like, Stimpack is done? It's gonna take... Oh no, concussive shells. He does realize that Marines don't benefit from that, right? Okay, he decides to now go into a bunch of Marauders, too. Proxy Gateway, in the meantime, is finished up on the other side of the map. We still have minerals available, so we may as well just drop down some more infrastructure. The two Zealots apparently did arrive right before at least this batch of units got warped in. Looks like he cancelled the other batch of units, though, that was indeed being produced. And now the question mostly becomes, who commits first? Like, when do you fight? I feel like both of them should have fought minutes ago. Either way, SCVs need to be sent right now. Come on, Ham! Ham, send the workers! Ham! Ham! Ham, repair! Ham, you gotta repair it. Okay, we're not gonna repair anything. You could actually keep these units out of your base for a long time. Apparently, instead, though, this has now triggered him to go into the opponent's base. I think you target the pylons. Yeah, the pylons here makes a lot of sense. Charge is not gonna finish up if we target the other pylon, too. It's a big if at this rate. A couple of warp-ins are over here. SCVs! Ay, ay, ay. Does he not realize you can micro SCVs? Well, he was chasing them, I guess, on the other side. Charge, by the way, didn't finish. Both players are just about to lose literally all of their workers. Now, likewise, both players could have very easily saved literally all of their workers. I mean, at least the majority of them. I absolutely love viewer games. Yeah, now, the age-old adage still goes that you don't base race a Terran, because they can fly their structures. Maple is not gonna be so lucky, but he didn't macro particularly well, so he actually has minerals left over to build another nexus on the other side of the map, and that is turning out to be quite convenient. Maple actually is scouting here and did now see that indeed there were a bunch of barracks on the other side. He's got the in-control announcer apparently screaming in his headphones. The Zealots, though, have made their way there, but of course Ham, who's heavily supply blocked at this point, he should certainly go ahead and cancel those units and then lift these structures up as well. There's one Stalker working away at whatever they can. A whole lot of units over here too, and they have indeed now spotted the proxy. I mean, this can only ever be a win for Terran. There is no other way. Terran has the better units. Protals never finish charge. They can actually fly their structures around, and there's really no way, so we do have the recall now used on the other side of the map, there's really no way that we can really achieve much. Now keep in mind that there is no stim pack. Concussive shells alone with some micro dose should be enough. Oh god. Come on. No, just run a little bit. Just we don't have to all army hotkey. Oh god, why are we microing into the Zealots? I still think, no, it's not going to be enough at this rate. This is some of the very worst micro I have ever seen. Oh my god. All right. Apparently micro was not included. There was an attempt. Don't get me wrong. There was an attempt. Albeit not a particularly great one. Anyways. Imagine if charge was done, dude. These units would have been super dead, and I think the Marines are only gonna, well, be able to run for a little bit longer. As soon as they stop, they will be destroyed. So, now what? If we look at the mini-map, Ham, who seems to be cooked ham at this point, has decided to just build structures, or at least bring his structures, wherever he can. There is one barracks in the opponent's main base. Actually, yeah, the opponent's main base. I was trying to remember who spawned where. We still have a load of gateways over here too. Marauders, I guess. We're gonna go back to that. I mean, maybe he's thinking about just... We really should just micro those units a little bit more, but maybe he's thinking about going into Stimpack from here? Yeah, so you can always lift these structures. Maple needs to go into some sort of like Skytos if he really wants to obtain the victory. But I mean, we are a very long while away from that. Interestingly enough though, both players are now at the same worker count. Ham just finished up his 6th SCVs, but obviously those mules are gonna be phenomenal. I don't really know if we need to be using the Zealots though on the structure. Yeah, maybe just use them to go after the mineral line instead. Jimmy is more dead than any SCV and Marine has ever been dead before. New Marine production, though, has started to kick in. Ham, you can micro the workers! Yeah, Ham doesn't like macro. He doesn't like macro, he doesn't like micro, he does like cheese, but it's all a little bit... Oh my god. I like how the Marine confidently started gunning down the pylon there. Okay. So who's actually winning this? Maple is rebuilding quite nicely. And Ham, who is fully aware of the fact that Terran structures can fly, is kind of overusing it. All this time, he's making a new command center, but all this time... It's an interesting position. Oh my god, Maple, what? I guess there's 2 Marines over here? We have to recall everything? Do something, man! What's the APM at? Where are we at? 81? Really, Ham? If it was 18, I would have believed it. Okay, well, I guess that's one way to micro against it. More zealots do show up eventually. Maybe just don't micro. Maybe literally just stand there and fight. I think it's better. Yeah, because all this, like, attempted micro, I think it actually is costing you a ton of DPS. Oh, probes around! Probes around! Dang! You love to see it. Okay, well, anyways. That means that now the economies have once more been knocked all the way down. Somehow, some way. Holy Terran advantage. Get out of here, Maple. He's salty about the fact Terran structures can fly? Wait until you play against a Terran player that actually micros their units a little bit, man. Anyways, Ham does have 2 command centers now. This is apparently the time that we complain about Terran being imba. Alright, anyways, he is going up against a Terran with 2 command centers. He knows, though, that this one was building, right? So he should know that the other orbital command that he saw, well, like 10 minutes ago, is somewhere out on the map. And it's not this one. Come on, Maple. I know this is a stressful game, but we should certainly be able to figure that sort of thing out. In the meantime, Ham has become next-door neighbors with the opponent. This command center is going to serve as bait. He's doing him a service right now, allowing this all to be positioned a little bit more effectively if ever we continue hanging out in this section of the map again. Ham is slowly rebuilding. Both players, though, at a very, very low worker count. Yeah, at this point, it takes a while to even get the 50 minerals required to be building another probe. One more trip on these workers, and we can build a new one. There we go. Oh, we recall instead. Why are we recalling? I don't know. He's scouting around, though. He is scouting around the map. And he is gonna see, yep, that indeed this is the only location where Terran is currently mining. Now, there is, in the meantime, that other command center that has gone all the way to the other side of the map. Can we like, just micro SCVs just once? Good guy SCV, though, is guiding the zealot to the location where the command center is landed. Don't do it, Ham! Ham, don't do it, man. You're literally telling your opponent where your other command center is. So far, Maple hasn't had any units other than that one stalker to shoot up. So, yeah, it's gonna take him like 10 minutes to rebuild. In the meantime, Ham still has multiple command centers. For some reason, we built all these add-ons. Why did we build all these add-ons? I don't know. He's got a whole load of them. Oh, he's gonna try and retake the main again. Okay, fair enough. It's been a little bit of an adventure. These minerals were once upon a time touched by the Protoss player, though. This is where the Protoss player spawned. Ham is gonna try and take it. Jimmy, once more out. But Jimmy's really benefit from... Oh, look at that Zealot control. Jimmy really does benefit when his friends are around. Yeah, critical mass is very important here because you guys are ranged units. You can get so much value just by clumping together. Looks like the Zealot, though, indeed is going to find this base. Command center is leaving the location once again. Are we really going to rebuild all the way? Like, this now has the potential to be like a 30-minute long game easy. Because both players are desperately trying to rebuild their economies. And while they're trying to keep tabs of what's happening, it's not that easy. Does Ham know, though, how much there really is at this point for the opponent? Like, he's a little afraid of the Zealots. Man, imagine if he would have gone one more chrono boost on the Zealots. And they would have actually had charge. Ham once more lifts up the command center and shows to his opponent where the mining could be going on. Now, we have a lot of mule energy. This is why usually Terrans benefit greatly from the situation. Yep, indeed. Just land a bunch of mules. Even though this is a very cursed positioning, I don't absolutely hate it. Zealots get recalled once more. Probes are going to go down. It's only 3 Zealots, though. Are we going to target the probes? What are we going to do here? I think he used the mineral fields. Yeah, this is good. I don't know if he's got the numbers. He decides to retarget here. A couple more probes do show up, a couple more marines, a few more zealots. He's now attacking his own nexus. I absolutely love how in the midst of all that chaos, Protoss... Literally the only thing you probably shouldn't be doing there is, is attacking your own units. Obviously, this is all fun and games for us, but these guys are probably playing this with a heart rate that is about twice their average APM. Extremely stressful game, but very funny as a neutral observer. Very strong older brother energy right there. Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! Okay. Alright, anyways, the command center. The command center. The command center is gonna try and get away again. Dude, this... Look at this setup. Look at his... Look at... Rarely have I seen something more cursed than this. After all these years of StarCraft, you'd imagine you've seen most of the possibilities in the game. What are we looking at right now, man? Why? What? I hate everything about this. That command center is so misplaced. The mineral fields over here aren't even accessible. Who's winning though? I honestly can't tell. We're once more, yeah, 33 probes, 39 SCVs have died. We're once more back to like Wings of Liberty starting workers. Okay, so what do we know here? Maple is doing a pretty good job looking at everything, and then he decided to all army hotkey everything back. Fair enough. He is gonna find where a little bit of production of Terran is coming from. He does have 2 orbitals though, man. You can't really lose this game with 2 orbitals. There's no way. Ham is like, bet. Ham, that wasn't really me daring you, dude. You should really just like... Well, maybe if you attack him again, he's gonna kill his own nexus. You never know. Jimmy gets sliced in half. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. Couple more Marines do indeed show up. Ultimately, though, assuming Ham uses his orbital command energy and just makes like a batch of Marines. Oh my god, we're going back to the Stone Age again. 7 workers now remain here for Maple. It's really not difficult here to make use out of those orbitals. Well, I guess this is one of the problems. I was wondering where his money went. So, Ham is probably freaking out a little bit and he's queuing up a ton. So it makes the whole game a little bit more messy, especially in these super low eco scenarios. Obviously, you benefit from, well, not stacking up your queues like that. The Zealots are on the hunt though, and this is honestly a good group of Zealots. I've never seen Zealots win a base race against Terran, because it doesn't make any sense. Terran structures fly. This should never be something that can actually work, but I think Ham, yeah, he's gonna leave. He actually micros SCVs this time around. That's the first time. Oh my god. I think Ham is actually dead. I don't even know how. How do you even... He's got 0 workers. Like, literally none. How do we, like... How? Heck. Like, when this base race began, at the very start of, like, both players leaving their main bases behind, Terran was in a much more comfortable position. But he keeps sending out little pockets of Marines, and that's exactly where Zealots are pretty good, you know? Like, Zealots can only attack 1 target at a time, and then they have to walk to the next one. If the Marines are kind of gunning this down 1 at a time like this, and you can actually reduce the surface area quite a lot, it's not bad at all for just mass Zealot. Ay, 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 ay. What a fantastic game. Yeah, at this point, I think Ham's best bet is that Maple actually decides to kill his own Nexus. That was just one little misclick, though. Okay, well, alternative plan. If Maple doesn't think of the fact that his opponent could have taken the natural expansion again. So keep in mind, Maple... Okay, he's checking right now. No, he knows. Maple spawned. Or, sorry, Maple spawned on the other side of the map. Ham spawned over here. This command center has gone there and back again. Bilbo Baggins would be proud. Maybe Ham just wanted to go see mountains again, too. You never know. Anyway. This command center... It's either the one that was built over... No, it was the old main base. There was one that was built over here in the bottom left. Oh, it's gonna go back again. Dude, this is there and back again and back again. Interestingly enough, we go into a Twilight Council. I would 100% of the time go into a Stargate here. It's really the only thing that makes sense. As much of a meme as Void Rays are, they're actually a fantastic unit in this particular instance, because you can actually kill the flying structures. Now Ham, he is very fond of flying structures, it seems. Oh, Army Hotkey again pulls the Zealots away. Ay. Look at that orbital command benefiting from the speed circle. Not a mechanic that Blizzard ever really intended, I don't think, but fair enough. Yeah, this is actually a win for Maple. Actually insane. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward it a little bit because I don't see... Oh, well. Alright, I fast forwarded it right when the game ended. GG. Next up, we find ourselves in a Gold League match of Terran versus Zerg. Spotted right here in the top left corner of a map called Persephone. Playing with the red Terran SCVs. We're looking at none other than Chief Arroka. Alright. His opponent all the way in the bottom left, playing with the blue Zerg drones. He goes by the name of MTTI. Midi? Midi? I guess it's Midi. Mitty? I don't know. Anyways. Man, that previous game. Those games are so stressful though, right? Because there's so many moving parts. It's very fun to watch, but also a little bit painful. Obviously, though, it's all good-natured, right? Like, I'm not actually trying to make fun of the players. But sometimes the gameplay decisions are just freaking hilarious. I can't believe he killed his... Or he tried to attack his own Nexus for a little bit. In the most hectic moment of the game. Yeah, there is a very real possibility of over-microing your units. If you look at, like, the very best players in the game, they're very good at making sure the units don't miss an attack cycle. So obviously you can't stutter step with Marines very effectively. But if you're spending more time running than you need to, obviously you lose out on a very significant portion of damage. So if you end up microing your Marines, and the same for Zealots. Like oftentimes with Zealots, like what micro is there? You can kind of like attack move and then hope for the best, right? Like that's really what you do. Not exactly sure. Anyways, this seems to be a bit more of a conventional start. Neither player really committing to anything weird. It's gonna be a hatchery here on the low ground, into a gas, into a spawning pool. Chief Roca here is going for a double gas in the main base for some reason. Not saturating one of the gases though. Just I guess getting the fast factory going, and then do we build a command center soon? This is not usually the way you open up against... Oh no, we were just late on the saturation. Ay. This is not usually the way that you open up against Zerg. Rarely do you actually need any of this sort of thing. Very early on. No Reaper, no Marine, no Reactor, none of that. What we do have though in the meantime on the other side of the map is a lack of, well, Zergling speed. And then a very fast Roach Warren. So I think if Midi just makes like 7 Roaches here, it's GG. He needs to not make these drones though. Oh, now we go Zergling speed? Yo, what are both players doing? Double starport? Lair? I thought this was a 7 Roach rush. If you just make a bunch of Roaches here and send them across the map, it's GG. Your opponent literally has no units. Anyway. In the meantime, there's 2... What are we doing? He actually still had supply available. He's just about to, like, finish up the command center too. Are we doing a... Is this a Battlecruiser rush? Looks like a Battlecruiser rush, but we don't make the fusion core. We're also building a tech lab on the factory, which, spoiler alert, he's not going to be able to make use of for a while. Unless he skips production on the starports, but I'm assuming that's not the plan. Do we just go banshees? Ah, okay. Well, if you want to go cloaking field and speed, you're not going to have any money. Orbital command does... No, planetary fortress. I'm drawing a blank on what we're trying to achieve. Honestly, for both players. Why did we make such a quick Roach Warren? Such a quick lair? Such a delayed circling speed, but absolutely no attacking units for both players. He's got vision though, so I guess he can see that the opponent isn't moving out. He now sees the planetary fortress over here too. Overlord Scout coming in, Midi! Midi the GOAT! Normal timing is 4:15 to 4:30 or so, I don't hate it. This is actually an excellent moment to be scouting your opponent in a conventional game of Zerg versus Terran. And he sees everything. The only problem is, does he connect the dots? I think he is. Spore crawlers have started up. He's looking, I think, for a fusion core to make sure that there aren't any battlecruisers building right now. Banshees are gonna go across the map. I think he was saving them up so he could maybe get a few more of them out. Queen production is once more continued for Midi. Interesting how Midi got the scout timing right and then panicked when he saw starports and started making roaches. Like, I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of the roaches is here. Probably the last unit you need, but... I guess you can counterattack with the roaches and hope for the best. A little bit tricky, though. Overlord somehow, some way is making it out. There was a single Viking produced to make sure that follow-up scouting is never going to happen, but I think the surprise has already been spoiled. Yeah, there's no detection nearby, so Brenda and Karen have to once more march back onto the creep. There we go. Overseer? He's got a lair. Okay, not the plan. I think we're gonna send in the roaches. The starports over here haven't been used in a while. Why did we not just make an overseer, Midi? I'm starting to think the Overlord scout timing was an accident. Which is a shame because it was perfect. Like, it was actually really good. Pain. Pain. What are we doing? Always, we just dumped all of our gas onto Ravagers. Okay. Okay. Well, you know your opponent was going double starport with tech labs on him. You've seen 2 units out of it. You've seen a planetary fortress. I'm gonna say that these roaches and ravagers are gonna do absolutely nothing. Well, let's find out if I'm right. I was right. Okay, fusion core. On the back it is now. Double armory as well, which is crazy because he doesn't have any gas as it is. He did make another command center though, right? Or at least he wanted to start one, but I guess he panicked as soon as he saw the roaches showing up. Why do we back up with the banshee? I guess he's scared of corrosive biles? Oh no. Mate, like this is like literally the perfect unit to be fighting your opponent's Roach Ravager army with. I think Chief Rocka is the type of Terran player who only plays Terran. He never played Zerg. He doesn't know. Those desperation Ravager biles right there are really just that. They're super desperate. Okay. Hydra then now coming up for Midi, who starts up double Evo chamber as well. Third hatchery is going to be remade. Man, the Banshees could deal so much more damage. We've got a couple of, yeah, Banshees with cloak, I suppose, and one of them is activated. Double spire. Dude, both of these guys are spending money like they're never gonna run out. We don't have gas for double upgrades and double spire. Likewise, we don't have gas for like double Battlecruiser or double armory. Especially if we don't saturate the Vespian refineries that we do have. Okay. Oh, misclick. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. We've arrived. Took a little bit longer, but it's okay. Battlecruiser number 1. Coming up. We have the money to go for another one, but we don't have the supply. We really need to make some depots. I guess we're waiting for the command centers to finish up right now, which is not ideal. Roaches have come back with even more roaches, which is still going to be terrible against this Terran army. He's like, is it good now? No, it's still garbage. Overlord speed. Midi, what are we... How are we... I mean, to be fair, Corruptors are going to be a banger here. Corruptors here would be really strong. Okay, well, Overseers not so much, but the problem is Corruptors don't win the game, right? Like, you don't actually win the game with Corruptors. It's kind of like, I don't know, making Phoenixes or making Zealots in a base race scenario. Like, that really... It really shouldn't work. So, I would say you can do this when you get up to like 8 gas. Obviously, 8 gas requires 4 base eco. Man, we're upgrading though. +1, +1, +1, +1. Midi's favorite number is 1. We've got ourselves 6 Corruptors also coming up. So what do we do with the gas? Or sorry, with the minerals at that point? There's no way to really spend it. I guess the best way to go at that point is just mass expand all over the map, which is kind of what Chief is doing. Chief is trying to start up double Battlecruiser production and realize it's super expensive. Mostly as far as the gas count goes, you just run out so quick. Alright, nice Overseer scout though. I do have to compliment Midi's scouting across the board. I think his reactions have been kind of terrible. But he's scouting. We're still scouting now, even though we've scouted everything we need to scout. We're still wasting a little bit of APM on this. My favorite part is how during all of that, the Overseer was selected. I guess it was part of the all army hotkey or something, and he just sent it in over here. Okay. He hasn't spotted the Battlecruisers yet. Or at the very least, the Battlecruisers didn't show themselves to that particular army. Likewise, though, Chief Rocca, I don't think he even has been on the other side of the map. No. I mean, the banshees, I suppose, but he has done 0 scouting, so he doesn't know that the opponent has actually had some time to prepare. Now, the ratio of Corruptors to Battlecruisers is always a bit messy. As long as we have the banshee speed, we should be able to go around pretty easily. But he doesn't actually have that research done. Yeah, plenty of detection nearby, though, I guess, like this. Corruptor? 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 There we go. Boom. 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 All right, excellent. Battlecruiser numbers are actually growing, though. We're at 5 Battlecruisers, 3 more. We really should have weapon refit coming up as well. Weapon refit allows you the Yamato cannon upgrade, and the Yamato cannon ability is awesome. +2/+2 coming up here from Midi, who's gonna have the world's most powerful Corruptors very soon. The only thing I'm a little concerned for is that Chief Rocca is going to make like a full transition here towards a bunch of barracks. I think that's the way to do it, yeah. So we've dumped a lot of minerals onto command centers already. Maybe just build a bunch of barracks too and dump some of the minerals there onto Marines. Try to force your opponent to overcommit to Corruptors and then go straight into mass Marine. Okay. I'm gonna speed up the game a little bit. Last time I did that, the game ended. Because I'm pretty sure Chief Rocca is gonna sit here and do nothing until he's maxed out. The Corruptors are still flying around, trying to figure out if there's an opportunity. 5 Battlecruisers on the production tab, as well as 2. Oh, we have action. Caustic spray being used. Oh, somehow, some way, he pulled half of them. Sorry, how did we just pull half of them away? I backed up like 10 seconds. So he uses caustic spray, and then he pulls half of them away. I don't quite understand how. How did we do that? Did he just shift queue them? But that doesn't even make any sense. Maybe the selection circles in the replay are kind of bugged. Oh, maybe not all of them are using caustic spray. Ah, that's what's going on. That's weird. How did we only use like half of the Corruptors there for caustic spray? And then, okay. I guess they decided to just not do the job. Maybe he's got like multiple control groups. It's a little bit funky. Anyway, Weapon Refit is now finally researching. And Chief Rocca, by the way, has still not done anything. Like, he's YOLO'd in banshees, but other than that, it's been extremely passive. So I'm guessing what we're going to go ahead and do is show the Battlecruisers all in one go. But I've got a feeling that the Battlecruisers are actually going to get wrecked by the Corruptors. Oh, again, he's only using caustic spray on like half of the... Oh, God, what a mess. Ugh. The Battlecruiser fleet is just about ready, though. What are we going to do? Are we going to just jump them straight across? Are we going to do nothing? In the meantime, Hive coming up. Together with +2, a load of macro hatcheries here as well. MIDI has got money in the bank for days. So, what do we do with it? I guess he's kind of like comfortable now, so he's just kind of chilling, but he needs to be very careful about this Battlecruiser fleet. Chief Rocca, dude. Chief Rocca, I don't know where the 71 APM is located. I feel like we have like 5. All right, well, here we go. Apparently the Chief is ready. He's playing the Imperial March on his headphones right now. It is the only song to bring to the battlefield when you're massing Battlecruisers. Okay, just realized that more Battlecruisers were about to spawn in. Okay, Yamato gun is now available. Let's see. I think the Corruptors win this fight. Well, unless we... Never mind. He makes new Corruptors immediately. Some nice Yamatos right over there, though. I think we go, dude. If we're gonna wait until the Yamato cannon is available again, you lose so much. I think you gotta go, MIDI. Ooh, that is kind of spicy, though. That's a lot of Battlecruiser showing up right now for Chief Rocca. Does he have enough to just bulldoze his way through everything? I think that's the plan. These units are at +2/+2, but here we go. Send in the Queens. 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 If we target, though, which seems to be what he's kind of doing, maybe he can kill them one at a time? Yeah? Okay, MIDI. MIDI making even more Corruptors, though, and he needs to be a little careful about that. Because soon, you're going to end up with 50 Corruptors and no flying units on the opponent's end of the map. Where are we going? Okay. Okay. Well, okay. Okay. Yeah, so MIDI has remaxed on basically pure Corruptor. Right now, oh, there are still some of those Battlecruisers available. This is another batch. 8 of them are out, but 40 Corruptors is absolute overkill against this amount of BCs. He does still have some supply, though, in Roaches and same in Zerglings, so I guess it's not the end of the world. A little bit of damage being done, though, by Chief Rocca, who has a lot of money in the bank, but refuses to spend any of it. Probably saving minerals and gas to get his kid through college or something. I don't know. Very nice of him. Roach is coming in. Do we go into mass repair? Yes, we certainly do. And that does mean that the planetary fortress should win the fight. Okay, some decent corrosive biles. Still believe, though, that the planetary fortress is not going to be easy to deal with. And you know what we do? We do more of the same. Brilliant. Brilliant strategic decision making right here by Chief Rocca. The first plan failed horribly. So what do? We do the exact same thing, but then with less stuff. Always double down on your mistakes, gamers. Never admit that maybe one of the things you've done wasn't optimal. Because that would be the same as admitting weakness, okay? Never do that, okay? Never. If there's one takeaway, double down on your mistakes. That's what I've been doing for years. Caustic sprays all around. Ooh, he canceled it. Caustic spray on the fusion core. Okay, it's dead. Oh, we canceled it again. We canceled it again. That cooldown is pretty long, but... Oh, we canceled it again. This is just like that mission in the StarCraft 2 campaign with General Warfield, who's like, send in another Gorgon. It's like, bro, we have seen so many Scourge nests. Why do we need another Gorgon? All right, anyways, tactical jump is on cooldown because he used it to get across. Obviously, there's about a gajillion Corruptors in the air. So those Battlecruisers achieved even less than their brothers, although I guess the main base dies, which is a little scary, but maybe the main targets over here are still around. Can we, hey, Mitty, can we maybe, like, consider, in the next time we get into a similar spot like this, going for a greater spire? Because honestly, I'm a little concerned for the amount of Corruptors up in the air. Mitty hasn't had the feel of losing now to just a bunch of Marines. And the shame of being forced to kill your own Corruptors because there's literally nothing for them to do. I've got a feeling that Chief Rocca is in a little bit of trouble. Now, he is forced to make a decision, though. Since Battlecruisers are now apparently deemed impossible, it's taken about, I want to say, yeah, 23 Battlecruisers too many to figure that information out. It was an expensive bit of research. We're now gonna go down to the mighty Marine. And Marines are not to be underestimated, especially when the opponent has, well, like what, 100 army supply? Caught up in Corruptors. They're gonna be properly upgraded Corruptors, though. +3/+3 right now. Spawning pool coming up again for Mitty. Apparently he lost that in the old, well, let's call it the Battlecruiser debacle. So many Corruptors. Can we do a little bit more, of it, dude? Here we go. Don't cancel it this time. Oh, you canceled it! Come on, man. In the meantime, there is a fight over here as well in the top right. Planetary Fortress is gonna win it. Spoiler alert. Here's the Marines. Dude, I'm telling you. The Marines are actually scary. Now, these Corruptors are incredibly tanky because they're at +3, and the Marines are unupgraded. Oh my god, dude, I've never actually seen. Never something you see in a... Wait, he didn't repair. Oh, okay, well then the Corruptors, or the Roach and the Ravagers do win. I've never seen the interaction of +3 armored Corruptors versus unupgraded Marines before in a game. And it turns out Marines deal no damage to fully upgraded Corruptors. Well, a little bit, but not a whole lot. That's kind of crazy. Not an interaction we commonly have. Chief Rocca still has a stupid amount of Marines, though. He can make a lot more. I feel like we're going a little early. Interestingly enough, he never got Stimpack or combat shields or reactors or tech labs on his barracks. Apparently, that's not what we're doing. We're just going straight Marine. And these are Zerglings with Adrenal Glands and +2 melee and then +3 armor as well. So Zerglings alone are actually gonna destroy the Marines, but the numbers do look a little sketchy. I actually think these Zerglings might just be able to win the fight against that many Marines. These Zerglings are scary and the Marines are unupgraded. Oh, pain. Yeah, the +3 armor. Look at the armor upgrades. Just absolutely preventing the marine fire. Like, it's just not dealing a lot of damage. Corruptor still going around the map. Yeah, no, the Zerglings are gonna tear this apart. Easy. Oh, we canceled it again. He's probably gonna cancel it again. Don't worry about it. Oh, no. No, we didn't do it. Planetary Fortress falls. And so did the missile turrets. GG gets cold. And it is, assuming at the very least, there we go. That Chief Rocca leaves the game. It is indeed going to be Mitty who obtains the victory. Now, if you have some games as well of StarCraft 2 you would like me to go ahead and cast, send it over to replays@loco.tv. And maybe I'll be making fun of your game next time.